I'm going to keep this one probably short, but here's more views of downtown LA. It is post-election. Yeah, Trump won, and the air everywhere seems a little down. And this just always reminds me of those times where, when we feel down, those are the times where we should really rise up. And I'm not saying that this is a good or bad thing, and I'm not going to go into that. But this just reminds me of those times where, when you feel down and you feel defeated, the worst thing to do is to keep feeding it, right? Because it's a self-sustaining loop, right? The more you read about bad news, the more you talk about bad news, and the more you digest bad news in a way that isn't constructive to you, the more it kind of grows inside of you. And I'm not saying to put your head in the sand and bury problems and not talk about problems. No, definitely talk about them. In fact, have constructive conversations. But don't be disheartened by bad news. There's always an opportunity to make good out of it. Whatever that is. Maybe if it's with the election, maybe get more involved. Maybe this is actually the moment that you get fired up to do something. If you just got out of a relationship, maybe this is the moment to really define yourself. So there's lots of opportunities out there, but it really depends on what are you looking for. Are you looking for more sadness? Is that what you want? Or are you really looking for an answer to solve, a critical problem? So you got to think about these things and think about what type of information you're ingesting, and is it serving you or is it harming you? And is it becoming a bad habit? Furthermore, going down some stairs here, got to be careful. That'd be weird, right? Death by YouTube video. Probably should knock on wood. That's concrete. Anyways, are you? What are you looking for? What are you looking at? What are you trained to look at? That's kind of the thing that people don't realize, is that we're trained to think a certain way. And like, have you ever been around somebody that's just really negative and you really can't stand being around that person? I know you have. We all have, right? And it's not because they're just a bad person, but it's because they're trained to talk in that way, right? It's just a habit for them. And that's that's what you got to think about, is what is your thought patterns? What are you trained to think? And are they serving you, or are they harming you? So think about the thoughts that you think about, because they can have a huge impact on your day. It can be the difference between having a good day and having a bad day. So really think about what you think about, especially when it comes to moments like these, right? Hard times for the country, but we can't predict the future. And the more we try and predict the future and act on it, the more we start reacting out of fear, like I talked about yesterday. So this is about being proactive and not reactive, paying attention to the news and the information that you're consuming. And I just want an unhappy person. And what are you thinking? Because I can guarantee you, most of your thoughts, just like a lot of my thoughts, are just bullshit. That's it. There's bullshit. So pay attention to what you're thinking, because it can really either make or break your day. And the stuff that we consume repeatedly influences our thinking, right? So if you read a bunch of bad news and a bunch of people complaining, how good are you going to feel at the end of that? How good do you feel after having a conversation with somebody that's really negative, right? Not very good. But we don't think about that very often. So think about that. Where are you getting your influence? And where is it coming from? All right. That's it for me. Have a great day.